like ooh la la, ooh la la. It's not hard to say how I feel. It's like ooh la la, ooh la la. It's kinda easy now 'cause it's real. Hey. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
Well, hi everybody. How are you? It is good to have you here. Take that. There we go. It's good to have you here with me. I'm doing a premiere tonight. Yes, that was unexpected, but necessary. But I still wanted to bring a story for you today. And we do have some beautiful artwork from our bucket filler, Tamara. But for those of you who don't know who I am, if you're joining in on this premiere, I'm Gretchen, and I am a retired librarian, children's librarian, and storyteller. So for this show, I bring you the beauty of the stories that are held in children's picture books and the artwork in them and the stories that they have that are not just for children, but also for adults. And yeah, so I bring them to share. And also, you're here on a special episode, which is our weekly show and tell night, in which I also share the artwork from members of my community. And I'm just so excited to always do that because we have some beautiful artists in this community. And this is the community that got me out of being only thinking that I was only a photographic artist and that I could do more. And yeah, I do a lot more now. But tonight, I'm not going to share that with you. I'm going to share one of our community members. So are you ready for that? Let's go. These are pieces from Tamara, a member of the Bucket Fillers. Tamara is from Australia, and she is an absolute amazing artist. She sent in 4 pieces tonight to show her work, and she says these 4 pieces are works in progress. They show part of the process I go through to find a piece I'm happy with. The trouble is hard to choose sometimes, but at least I have photos of the ones that don't get to the final piece, which is very cool. The collage cuts are all paper on A3 watercolor papers, and I love the simplicity, space, and delicate feel of these. Each has a different feel. 4 has a Mother Nature feel to it, with more sketching, a lot different to the others. Some photos turned out odd. We have had so much heavy rain and winds. She's in Australia, New South Wales, I believe. And it's made days quite dark and very low light. Really strange weather. Had 90-kilometer-hour winds for the last 3 days and expecting another 4 more days of this. Our driveway looked like a waterfall at one stage. Oh my gosh. The rain coming down so hard and fast from the wind, we have a steep driveway. Hope these are not too much, Gretchen. They're never too much, Tamara, never. I thought it would be of interest to show that it's not easy to pick one piece for the final one. I gave myself so many options. All right, see you tomorrow unless we have a power outage from the weather. P.S. I've numbered these from 1 to 4 in ease in case they don't come to me in order, which they never do come to me in order, which I'm always appreciative that she puts in a number order. Then I have to get it right, though. So this is the first one that she has sent in, and you can see the differences that she uses in the collage pieces and how she adapts things just a bit here and there by adding piece by piece. And it changes each time. So you'll see in the second one on the right-hand side, she's added pieces that represent a bird in flight, I think. An additional, I just love the way, just the whole feel of the pieces are just so wonderful. And then the next one, let's see that. We'll get through this one. Again, takes it to another level, changes it from horizontal to vertical. Even that is something that I love to learn from Tamara about how much it changes by just changing the orientation of the image completely. It just, the whole feel and different placements of the bird in flight or other birds, addition of a moon. I love this. That must be a leaf. It's like a leaf piece that she has down on the bottom for the bird to be standing on. Just gorgeous, Tamara. Wow. Okay, let's see. We'll go to this one next. 3. Changed what the bird's standing on. A complete different feel. I love that. I think I still prefer personally the leaf aspect to stand on rather than the branch. What do you guys think? Let me go back. Oops. Yeah, I prefer, and I think I prefer the vertical one, but okay. Where am I now? Pay attention, Gretchen. Turn things off. There we go. And now the last one. Oh my. Oh, but I can see how you got to this spot now with the branches. How it led to that. Oh, this is way cool. And the face. Look at the face in the window, in the back, in the center. If you look directly toward the center in the back, there is an eye almost in this square behind the branch. There is a face. And there is more birds, little ones. Oh my gosh. Tamara, as always, you just astound me. It is so cool to see your work. Thank you so much, you guys. Oh my gosh. So that's Tamara from Australia, Tam's Art. She does not have a channel, which I wish she did, and has beautiful work, but she always sends things in. So you can always catch her stuff here almost every Sunday, which is such a treat for us here. But tonight for story time, because I wasn't able to be here with you guys, and we are also having a lot of internet issues where I am. So I thought I would do the best I could and get a premiere recorded and get it scheduled out there. And if I can join you live in the chat for the premiere, I will. If not, the story will be there for you at normal time. So anyway, the book I have for you tonight is a book called 'Twas the Night Before Pride. And this is Pride Month. And I have been finding some books here and some books there. A lot of them in the library are already checked out, and that's wonderful. Others are on hold. This one, in the traditional story of 'Twas the Night Before Christmas, that famous kind of poem has been redone in so many different ways. But I loved this aspect. The author, Joanna McClintock, has a note that she wrote in the book. And it was a note from the author that said, if I can get to it where I can see it here. She said that it said, she was saying thanks to all the people who had helped her with it. 'Twas exceeded my wildest dreams of what it could look like, thanks to her literary agent who believed in the book, and to the illustrator who I'll tell you about in a minute. But she said, and thanks to Orion and Alma, then toddlers, who suggested my poem needed pictures. and to all the meticulous queer historians who helped inform the text. This book is done in a really simple, wonderful, loving kind of way, but she did her research, and that's very cool. And the illustrator says that this book is the result of extraordinary team effort. Visual references for this book came from a myriad of sources, including the Library of Congress, the National Archives, the National Museum of American History, the New York Historical Society, the LGBTQ Historical Society, the Harvard Art Museum, the Christopher Park Alliance, and the New York City LGBTQ Historic Societies Project, and the New York Public Library. So again, with what we oftentimes find with picture books, is that they're not just a simple book for children. Oftentimes, they're a book that has been researched and has a story to tell and can be part of our history, and just something that's worth all of us listening to. So for that, let me get back up to the right screen. There I am. And let's get going with the story, shall we? Here it is. 'Twas the night before Pride. Written by Joanna McClintock and illustrated by Juana Medina. That's a great end papers. I love that. 'Twas the night before Pride, a warm evening in June. All the people got ready with the rise of the moon. The drag queens all brushed their wigs with great care, and the bikers checked their tires to make sure they had air. All across the city, people's outfits were planned and instruments polished for the queer marching band. My mom told us all we should go to bed early. She's that kind of mom who's more boyish than girly. While Mama finished packing our snacks in a bag, Sammy started chewing on the edge of our flag. As I finished my sign, which I laid on the floor, I remembered the prides I'd been to before. All day we will walk in the streets up and down. Pride's one of the best celebrations around. There are floats and loud music and rainbows and glitter. Last year we ran into our babysitter. Tomorrow will be baby Sammy's first Pride. Can we tell the whole story? I hopefully cried. So we sat on the couch, a mom on each side, and took turns telling the tale of the very first Pride. A long time ago in 1969, there wasn't a Pride March. It was a less fair time. Queer people all over, of each shape and size, didn't have any rights recognized. So much of their lives they had to keep hidden. Even their clothing was sometimes forbidden. Stonewall was a place where it was safe to be proud, but police would storm in to say this wasn't allowed. So one hot night in June, people stopped being quiet. They decided to fight and started a riot. More and more gathered to fight back in the heat. Some started a kick line in the middle of the street. Police broke up the crowd night after night, but the people stood strong, knowing this wasn't right. And so it began. A march that spread worldwide to show everyone it's good to have pride. It sometimes happens we're not given respect. It can take a long time for some to accept. That's why every year we all get together and march in the streets, no matter the weather. To know that we matter, to show all we exist, and that any opposition we must always resist. So pride's not just about tutus and rainbows suspenders. It's about rights for queers and all our beautiful genders. Pride's a day that is crowded. It's a day that is long. It's a day that means together we are strong. As I closed my eyes, I thought of Pride's past. Pride means to me being yourself is a blast. So tomorrow, I will march with my family and cheer. Happy Pride to all. It's great. My family is here. And that is 'Twas the Night Before Pride. Oh my goodness. I like that one. Just simple poem put together and so well stated. Yeah, I love the book. I love the idea of standing up for your beliefs and standing up for others. I don't know if any of you got to see last night the live production on CNN, the first ever Broadway play broadcast. And it was called Good Night and Good Luck. It starred George Clooney, and it was the story of Edward R. Murrow. And since I am a communications graduate from college, he was somebody I studied a good deal. He was a journalist and stood up during the McCarthy era when there was oppression of all kinds happening here in the country. It was a timely broadcast. The play has been around for 20 years, the story, and it was brought into a play and then put into production. But to have it be able to be broadcast, if you get a chance, I'm sure they'll do a replay of it. It was on CNN last night. You'll probably see it on YouTube. But if you get a chance, go back and find the Broadway production and broadcast of Good Night and Good Luck. It was beautiful. And I'm a big fan of live theater. And I'm a big fan of standing up for all individuals, no matter what they feel, who they love, or how they look. So that's my story for today, and that's part of Story and Art. I thank you guys for being here and for being part of the Bucket Filler Brigade and for coming to my story time twice a week. I do this on Sunday nights, usually at 6 o'clock Pacific, and Thursday nights at 6 o'clock Pacific. And I'm most of the time I'm live, but tonight I wanted to make sure I got this book out and to you. And we've just had such spotty internet recently and been dropping off, and I didn't want to drop off in the middle of this wonderful book, and I wanted to get this to you. I will not be in here on Thursday. I will be on the road, but I'll be back again next Sunday with more Story and Art. So everybody, until next time, let's see where I am. That's it. Yep, I found myself. All right, everybody, thanks for being here. And until next time, keep looking for the beauty hidden in plain sight. It's all around you. But the first place you'll find it is when you go look in the mirror. See you later.
In the heat of the night,